Okay, I don't know where my muse is right now. What the hell she's doing or freaking out about. So I'm left alone to freak out by myself. I got my camera to keep me company. My selfie camera. Anyway, that's my picture of my angel I did in 1976 when I was living with my artist girlfriend, Gloria Ehlers. She went to the University of Wisconsin, majored in art. And I did this painting, and this is the rock that I got from McClure's Beach, and that's a painting I did from memory from McClure's Beach, and look how this rock looks like the rock in my painting, you know, the one out here too. Isn't that amazing? So I got this rock in 1987. I did this painting in 1976, and it wasn't until much later, you know, that I was going, wait a minute, this rock looks just like there. See, look at that. It fits almost right in. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. See, this is what artists do, see. Some get paid for it, and some don't. You know, some get picked up in limousines, and some get thrown under the bus by their muse. You know, which is, you know, I mean, I just wish she could be a part of this fame here. So see, that's what I was trying to do, was to get her, you know, in the action, because I'm all alone. I'm the last man standing here. You know, everybody else is flipped out, gone, dead. You know, run for the hills, disappeared. You know, I'm the last man standing. You know, and that's what Rena thought she was. You know, that's what she's doing out there in Montana on the hill in a little trailer. You know, she's the last woman standing. So, no, no country for old men, huh? I think there was what was that other movie? A High Plains Drifter or something. There was some other, you know. Anyway, this video series, the Artful Stalker, is really becoming educational for me, and I hope it is for other artists out there, because what every artist should do while they're alive is make a video series, you know, a selfie. Pretend they're dead, pretend they've died, you know, pretend that their family and their employees and their promoters all love them, because they do when you're alive, but when you're dead, you know, it's a feeding frenzy. And it's a game of qualifying yourself while disqualifying other people. And, you know, I think this is what Reno was trying to do. Corporate takeover, you know. Wait a minute, he's set me up, you know. You know, she is responsible. She who must be obeyed. You know, she's the one who made millions for Christine Rosamond, you know. I didn't get a dime of her art, last promise, you know. So you never know. You know, the minute you die, what's going to come out of the woodwork? What strange shit is going to fall on you, you know? And I think this happens with rock stars and other famous people, you know. God knows what's happening with Hoffman right now. You know, the world's famous, greatest actor, you know, that ever lived. And, you know, watching his scenes of his funeral, and they're taking the body up there, and then they're showing some guy in his recovery. Some other famous, semi-famous guy that's in, you know, a junkie in recovery, you know. And his thing right there on ABC News, you know, it's not against the law, it's all about mental illness. It's kind of what I've been saying here, you know. on my blog, you know, try to, you know, Dan, I think we're dealing with, you know, a loop out of the lollipop here. You know, Rena's trying to control this legacy, create a family legacy, you know, by doing the, you know, dumb son's mercy, you know, the victim. You know, I'm the victim game winner, yeah, not Captain Victim. It's Rena Easton, yay! You know, it's, you know, she's, I don't know, expecting a limousine to pull up wherever she lives and takes her, you know, to Hollywood, you know. And then the real Rosamond crew people, you know, not me, you know, not this roguish madman, you know. And I've run into this, you know, she probably thinks there's a, you know, I can't be running this thing, you know, there's got to be, you know, Rosamond headquarters somewhere where people are cranking out the, you know, the history and the fame, you know, the fortune, you know, just get on that artist crank and, you know, crank away, and here comes the bunny and the jewels and limousines and stuff like that. See, but, you know, it's me. So I'm the one that started all this. I'm the Phantom of the Opera. This is what this is about. You know, revealing, you know, really whose legacy it is. And I'm the one who's done all the work and all the history and the blogging. You know, what's amazing is my blog is the only, get my bleeding liberal heart going here. You know. I mean, my blog is the only one that carries Rosamond's actual words, Christine Rosamond's actual words. Like, there's 2 biographies out there, and there's 2 movie scripts, and I don't think any of them have any actual quotes of Christine. You know, they disappeared 276 page autobiography because they wanted to have the movie rights. And I pointed out to the executor, the court had to point, that if Christine shared notes with any author before she died, then those notes in that book belong to the heirs. And that's when they got rid of that author and disappeared that autobiography, because that was right and spot on. You know, wow, you know, like a great legal move to stop them from in their tracks with that. But unfortunately, we lost Christine's words. Yeah. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff that goes on with creating people's legacies, because they just assume, you know, or they know that labeling the artist, you know, crazy, you know, dangerous, a stalker, you know, a threat to others and his own self. When they, you know, they're applying that stamp before the artist dies, you know, because we're susceptible to that, you know. And that's how the uncreative, ungifted ones, you know, get us, you know, that stamp, you know. So you know, as the artist, you know, is on his deathbed or something happens, an accident or something, you know, they're ready with that insanity stamp, you know. He was insane, you know, we had to step in and take care, you know, of the legacy, you know, the family was in chaos, and, you know, we were the only sane ones left, you know. Well, I ain't playing that game anymore because there's no one to play it with, you know. Shannon's, you know, she flipped out a long time ago. You know, she put up a good fight, except when they, you know, they got in court spending all her money. You know, nothing came out of her mouth. Nothing. You know, it's like, what? You know, judge. You know, and you could hear it. You know, this legal documentation. You know, where Shannon is just dumbfounded, or, you know, she's in a trance or spellbound, or, you know, that's her abuse, you know. And Drew, well, she's absolutely not of this planet anymore, and she's retired, you know, in Bullhead City with Vicky. Vicky's become her character, literally her ward and caretaker, you know, using the Vincent Rice family, like, you know, trust money to support her. She's tried to get her an SSI, and get her, some medical treatment. I think they're going to be able to do that now. But basically, she's got a room there with Aunt Vicky, and they got some snakes, they got some cats and some critters and stuff, and Drew spends a lot of time on the internet, doing computer graphics, designing fantasy characters for people that are into these game rolling games, and I think she's starting to make money doing that, So, I read that Rena's husband was getting sick, and, he may not be able to work the farm, and, I said, oh God, I better, whip out something quick here. Start out with a little small book, The Artist and the Muse, and have Rena and her husband cash in on that. But he doesn't exist. There is no Mr. Easton. Mr. Easton died 10 years ago in England, and Rena's not carrying the name of her present husband because he doesn't exist. Anyway, it's strange. So there you go. See, this is what I'm talking about, Here's this incredible artistic legacy that people can't handle because they're liars, or they're insane, or both, or they're on drugs, or they're alcoholics. We're talking about my daughter and her boyfriend, who was born on my father's birthday. And Heather, my daughter, was born on my mother's birthday. And they're drinkers. This whole thing has come all the way around. Where it's back to, Vic and Rosemary, being these really narcissistic alcoholics, life at the parties. They want to run the whole show. They want to shove the people that don't want to go along with their fun time off a cliff. And this is what they had planned for me. Went out to Grand Canyon. So you don't know. Get it all on film. Get the lawyer. Get your all legacy all set before you die, because, and just don't go near any cliffs. Don't let anybody know what you're doing, because they'll try to affect the outcome before you die. This has got to be secret. I should really start a company. I'm serious. Come in like this, Our legacies are us, Not like big bodyguards, intimidating bodyguards, in case there's any screeching banshees, she-wolves coming out, Yeah. The godfather of art right here. We'll film, surreptitious, clear people out, come in and, take the artists up to our secret mountain cave with a Prague Zion, and, put a camera and, tell him, you or her, hey, this is your legacy. You get to do what you want. What do you want? What do you want to see after you're dead? And then we'll store this, and when you die, we'll come out, with our bodyguards, and walk into the funeral. And they'll say, oh, look at this, it's the godfather of art, Oh my God, he curses. Rats, He hired the godfather of art legacy, There'd be, Rosebud, So, this is your lesson, Mr. and Mrs. Creative person out there. Do it yourself. You know more about your legacy than anybody else. Make sure your words come out of your mouth, film. There's no problem. You always get get someone to write all this out too, and get it documented in a court or something like that. So where are we? Oh, my gosh, I just seen God. I died. On that beach up there, and God showed me the kingdom of truth. I died on this beach. But see, there were other things going on. I don't want to get into. I don't know if I can get into it. But it's so exhausting. And that was the Battle of Armageddon that I saw before I died, before I went over there as a 3.5-year-old. You know, I saw the ocean coming in, you know, the waves and the grating gravel as the waves went out. You know, I saw all these tanks in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam, landing craft, and you know, seeing people getting maimed and killed around me. And, you know, all of them uttered "mother." That was their last word. You know, there I'm bleeding, you know, wrapped in an army shirt, and you know, just looking at this battle, and it just went backwards in history. The tanks disappeared, and then the cavalry started coming out of, you know, wave of horse riders and cavalry coming out of the ocean with every wave. They had all these banners, beautiful banners with their family's coat of arms on them, and they kept coming, and they kept coming. You know, this is all going on as I'm trying to hold on to the last illusion that there really is something to fight for, die for, believe in, that we put on our armor and carry these swords and these weapons, and we're actually murdering other seekers of the truth, other poor men and poor boys that have been swept up with these banners and flags to die for country, to die for the count, to die for the pope, to die for the king. And this went on for quite a while. And it was horrific, absolutely horrific. So, after seeing the Lord of Truth, I'm not going to say, so I'm trying to find out for 27 years who this person is. You know, it's Jesus, it's God, Moses. Who was this person? Was it a Nephilim, a being from another planet? You know, this is what I've been doing ever since I picked up the Bible in 1987 from Luke. See, because that triggered it. See, because I didn't want to go back to McClure's Beach. I didn't want to go through all that again. It was just too much. So I see the kingdom, you know, all the vines with the teas going, you know, this gold light, this beautiful person. I didn't see his face, I saw the back of him. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up, and I'm looking down at my clothes, and they're steaming. And I'm going, what? Yeah, my clothes are steaming. My friends have built this big fire, and they wrapped me around it. And it's getting cold. It got real cold. As soon as that sun went down, it got cold. And it's pitch black out there. No moon, no stars, and this big bonfire. And I'm alive. And I'm not, you know, this struggle, calm, very, very, very calm. And my friends are looking at me like, you know, sorry man, we killed you, sorry. It's okay, calm down, you know, I'm all right now, you know. And they're like, you know, did you get any severe brain damage being gone for 10, 15 minutes? See, I don't know how long I was gone. I just remember the sun had just set. I'm looking at this angel, and you know, I see the kingdom of God and my parents, you know, playing cards in the sand. Oh, yeah, let me cover this. I hadn't seen my father for a number of years. After I got sober, you know, I showed up at the house, and, you know, my father was, I think, you know, kind of happy to see me, you know. We have this very strange relation. I've made tapes of this before, just regular tapes. So he's telling me that he's got this, I've got a best friend. She's my best friend. You know? She's the only person I feel I can be honest with. She doesn't let me get away with any bullshit. She'll call me on my bullshit. You gotta meet her. In fact, I'll call her up right now. You can have her come over and meet my son. This is at the Ponderosa in Lafayette. So I'm going to see if this thing's running. Wow. That's a long time, so darn it, I wanted to get to this other stuff. So she comes over, to meet me, and she just comes to the back kitchen. Her eyes are all bright. She looks like a really nice person. And she says, tell me your story. Your family is the best soap opera ever made. I've heard some things about you, but I want to hear it from you, And I'm going like, okay, this is someone that's got some vicarious thrills from our drama. And it is. It's been, we should have done a reality show, a long time ago. So, but now I'm the last man standing, who knows. So I say, okay, try this on for size. Some psychics said that I died. And that means I came back. And you're going to help me prove that by going in the living room there and asking my father 3 questions. And you all seen her eyes. Wow. This is, died. The fake son, the pretend son comes home and, tells the story that he's died, come back. I said, okay, shoot, I'm ready. Let's do this, So I asked my father where he was when I was conceived, and was he playing cards, and was he drinking, because I saw martini glasses. My parents were drinking martini glasses, and were they drinking martinis? So we go in there, and mind you, Vic can't lie to her. See, he's been telling everybody that I'm not his son. So this is the moment of truth. See, he unborn me. See, I got unborn, I died. So he asked what my father. Where were you when your son Greg was conceived? And he started telling the story that he was on leave. He says all the Rosamond women were living with Grandma, with Mary Magdalene Rosamond. All their husbands were at war. And little Dickie was there, Lillian's oldest son. And that was in Westwood. And then she asked the next question. She says, were you playing cards? He says, well, yes, that's what we did. On leave, we played a bridge. All the Rosamond women, Grandma, she liked to play bridge. And we did almost non-stop playing bridge. Of course, we took some time out to, make Greg here. And he says, and then she says, were you drinking martinis? Well, yes, that was Rosemary's and my favorite drink. See? And that's what I saw. They were playing cards and drinking martinis. And then they went to the bedroom and had sexual intercourse, and sperm made its way to the egg and ovary, and boom, See, I own my own creation. I saw this, and it's just been proven. And this woman was like, I mean, she walked away like, okay. So this is not, this is not new. You're not hearing this for the first time. So anyway, this is Springfield Johnny, i.e. AKA John Presco. This is the Authentic Human Being Show, and this has been the 7th installment of the Artful Stalker. Okay, you muses out there, I'm looking for a new muse. I need some models. I'm going to put some empty canvases together. I want young, beautiful, tall, lithe models and muses to get a hold of me, and I'm going to paint you right here in my living room and get the artwork out there, and you could become famous. See, we'll videotape you and everything. While I'm painting you. So hey, you muses out there, looking for you.